3, 2, 1. We're live. Sam and Michael. Yeah, so I just had trouble creating this Scrum because the Kent Beck event just didn't seem to exist at all. I went in the database and on the back end Rails console, and there was just like there's nothing mentioning Kent Beck. It's like it just sort of ceased to exist, which was strange. I don't know. Anyway, so I found the old Atlantic Scrum and I retitled it as Kent Beck. I then also had a weird thing. Let me just show this, Michael, because it's like, so here, I've just set this up to be, to have the right things. But I was finding here, if I edit the event details, I was setting it here, like, this is coming out here. This is the UTC time. And this should be, if the stuff that well, it's you and Marion got it working, by being on this Europe London, it should be adjusting this time to be 4:45, right?
Presumably. But
it's not. If I now save that there, it comes back here. It's saying 3:45 UTC, but it's saying 4:45 BST. So this is correct because I kind of edited it, noticing that something was up, and have set it. But like what I should be able to do is have 4:45 here and Europe London, and then it would save it as 3:45 PM UTC in the database. So that's a little odd,
right?
And something we probably want to look into. Yeah, that's just kind of weird. But let's go to Michael. How are things going with you?
Good.
Yeah. Any comment on how we spent the last couple of hours? Never again.
When you guys were talking, it was hard for me to concentrate
on the coding. Yeah. We talk. That is the problem with having a room full of lecturers, is they all talk too much. Yeah. Your input, despite that, confusing babble of voices, very much appreciated. So nothing blocking you at the moment?
No.
No. Let's go on to Puneet.
Not really doing anything though. So.
No. Indeed. Puneet?
Well, during the last session, I mean the beta sources. So I was having some sort of, I wanted to give some feedback, but there was so much discussion going on that for a while I focused on what Michael was doing, and then I forgot that what was my feedback. But yeah.
Can you remember the feedback and give it?
No, means I can't remember it actually. It just came in a flash, and
yes.
I wanted to give it at that time, but.
Yeah, and not relevant now necessarily.
No, it was relevant actually, but actually I forgot what was the feedback. What was?
Yes.
There was one catchy point. Okay, but whenever I'll mention it.
Yeah. No. Well, that's something that my children complain of a lot. But they, they wanted to say something and then they forget what it was. Go on, Michael.
If you look on the site right now, does it say that we're live?
I think it does say that we're live, yeah.
It doesn't say it anymore for me.
I was there a second ago. I will
reload the page. And
I mean, on the front page, I'm getting let's screen share.
But I mean in the events list.
Well, let's see.
Yes, for me also it doesn't say anything.
No, I think that only lasts for like an arbitrary amount of like 3 minutes or something.
Oh, okay.
But by all means, please open a ticket for that. I mean, I was saying to Puneet yesterday and this morning, and all of these things, I think all of these little inconsistencies all add up into just like driving people insane and scaring them away from Agile Ventures. If my presence wasn't enough to scare most people away, but anyway, it's less easy to change me out. So I'm just like refixing the. There we go. So now we have at least we have the Kent Beck back in place. So yeah. So we ended up trying to have a mob programming session, which became more of just sort of a general discussion. Yeah, it's well, there's this tension, isn't there, always between what we would like to be doing, or things that we think are awesome, and interesting new ways of doing things, versus what can actually be fitted into a particular, the available resources. I mean, as evidenced by Michael's fantastic idea about, sort of the Ripper and being able to reach into students' code and manipulate what they were doing, and sort of, I mean, that's the interesting thing there with your idea there, Michael, is that that's sort of the kind of thing that a great instructor would be doing when they're looking at the student's code, is they might be reaching in and saying, oh, what about if we change this here, and then exposing an error, and then forcing the student to think about, oh, why did that change there, sort of work with that. And there's a whole field of cognitive tutors that I think are more to do with, like, physics problems rather than people having done them with programming, that would be, a very interesting kind of like robotic pair partner thing. That's all I keep thinking about, having like a sort of a robotic, an artificial pair partner that would be able to write a little component of an RSpec test, and then you could write something else, and it would actually do at a very simple level that ping pong kind of thing. But so there's all these great, as typified by your great suggestion there. There's great ideas and exciting things, and such as the other instructors in the beta starters meeting were suggesting.
Yeah.
So say again.
Except we'd make it closed source. So we control it.
Well, who knows what we'd do? It's entirely up to us, isn't it? Versus what we can do within a given time frame for elements for the MOOC, and I mean, I would, at least one of the things I've achieved recently is to get all of the videos in week 1 split properly around the oh god, what is it? Around the peer review questions that they have, all the way through it, and just getting like small little things. I don't know, it's a legacy educational systems. Anyway, it's been a bit of a strange week. Hopefully we can hope for a more productive week next week with less illness on my part. But it's that time. We've got to the top of the hour. It's time to go over and have the thing that Michael loves the most, which is more meetings. So it's the kickoff time. So I guess we'll wrap up, unless there's any other Scrum business that people want to bring up, apart from like, why are we having all these Scrums? I'll maybe see you guys in the kickoff.
All right.
Bye for now.
Okay.